Next, we will see the another materials which is been used for the material which is used for the chaining. So that material is the arrows and the wooden pegs. So what is this arrows and what is this wooden pegs? Why this arrows and the wooden pegs will be used? So this is what exactly the arrows will looks like. This usually in our college or in our field. So this is a metallic rod. So an 8 mm rod which is being used. So an 8 mm rod we will take it, and from that we will make this as a peg like this. This is what the exactly we will exactly the peg we will make like this circular. So this is this radius exactly we will maintain. So difficult to plot from this. Exactly like this we will do the arrows, but standard pegs exactly this is what the standard peg. So this is the 4 mm diameter of the wire black enameled arrow which is being used of a diameter of 50 mm. These arrow are called as marking pins that have been made for the steel wires. Generally 10 arrows are being supplied with these chains, and arrow is inserted in the ground at every chain length. Where every chain length is there, so consider this is the ground. So here one point at point A and at a point B. To locate this point, this arrows this is the ground. This is one arrow here, one arrow here, one arrow. We'll fix it. This point we located as A. This point is being located as B. So to find out the location of the points, we will insert this. So either we will mark it or we will insert it. So marking from far away, it is not at all visible. If you put pegs like this, we can able to see from far away. So that's why in order to find the location from far away, these arrows are being made. These arrows are being made of the good quality hardened and tempered steel wires. So and it is been black enameled. The length of the arrow maybe varies from 25 centimeter to 50 centimeter. The most common being length is used as 40 centimeter. One end of the arrow is made sharp. So this is the sharper end, and another end is been bent. This is the bent end. So bent end in the loop or circle to facility of carrying shows in the what I'm showing, which I'm showing in this figure. So this is what the standard arrow which is being used for the surveying. So this is called as arrows. Next I will show you peg. So this is for the peg. This is what the peg looks like. So this peg is a wooden peg or being used to mark the positions, the position of the station or terminal points of a survey line. They are made up of straight timber, generally of 2.5 centimeter or 3 centimeter square, which I'm showing here now. So that is the top elevation. From the top, if you look, it looks like exactly like this. So when you keep a wooden piece and if you see from side, exactly it looks like this. So this is top view. First one is the top view, and second one is the side view. So generally it is 2.5 centimeter or 3 centimeter square. of 15 centimeter long and tapered at the end. They have been driven inside the ground with the help of the wooden hammer, and it has been kept about 4 centimeter projecting the above the surface. So this is called as pegs. Next is very important. So this materials we will used in the surveying. So this is a ranging rod. This is the ranging rod of the here black strip and white strip, black strip and white strip. So ranging rod looks like exactly this. This is the ranging rod. So if the flag post is needed, it will be placed on top of it if it is required. So usually we won't do such. So usually the ranging rod will be of simple offset rod you'll be using as ranging rod. So but the standard one if you want to use means this is what exactly ranging rod with the flag post at the top. The ranging rods having the length of 2 meter, 3 meter of the different length. So these 2 meter length being more very common, these are shorts at the bottom with an heavy iron points and point out within alternative bands of the black and white or red or white with the succession link. So each band of this band length is 20 centimeter deep, so that the occasional red rod can be used for the rough measurement of the short length. These ranging rods are being used to range some of the intermediate points of the surveying. So consider this is the ground. This is the ground. So there is a one length and another length. So in between you want to set up the another line where all these three where all this one and this one and this one should be in a single straight line to set up this intermediate point. So this is intermediate means middle one. So in order to set out these intermediate points in the survey line, these ranging rods will be used. How it will be used I'll tell you in the later stage, but try to know this setting of this intermediate point will be done by using this ranging rods. They have been circular or octagonal in the cross section of 3 centimeter nominal diameter, made of well seasoned straight grained timber. The rod are almost invisible at the distance of 200 meter, hence is been used for which is been used for the shorter distance. Or if you go for the longer distance, an yellow flag or white flag will be posted at the top. That will be in a square. Next is the ranging poles. Ranging poles are very similar to that of the ranging rods, except that there is a longer and the greater diameter, and very used for the in the case of the very longer lines. So exactly it looks like this only, but its length and diameter will be very high. They are not at the pointed. They will not be pointed and painted. So it is in all the cases they have been provided with the larger flags, which I am showing here now. All it will be done with the larger flags. Their length may be vary from 4 meter to 8 meter and the distance from 4 to 10 centimeter. So the foot of each pole is been sunk about the half meter or 60 centimeter into the ground, where the poles these poles has to be set out vertically by using the plumb bob. So that's about the this offset. Next we'll see about the what is this plumb bob. So this is what the plumb bob usually we are seen when the construction, the masonry or some mason will be holding this on the walls to set out the vertical. So these plumb bobs along with the sloping ground the plumb bob is required to transfer the points to the ground. So either sloping or any flat land anywhere. So location to set out this point, this plumb bob will be used. This plumb bob is for the making range poles, vertical poles, and the transfer of the points from the line to ranger to the ground. So this plumb bob will be used, and it is been used for the centering also, centering of the theodolite, centering of the compass, plane table, such instruments. This plumb bob will be used. So in order, this is considered, this is the wall. So if exactly this wall straight or not, to set up that, this plumb bob will be used. So plumb bob will be holded with some distance from here to here. Plumb bob will be left. So each distance, whatever the distance is there from here to top and bottom, the distance will be checked. So if it is remain same, so then the this whatever the wall will be exactly placed it exactly vertically to 90 degree to the ground. So this is how we will be checked by using the plumb bob. That is the advantage of this plumb bob. This is what the plumb bob. Here one wooden piece will be exactly a square wooden will be taken exactly at the center. This is been allowed. So this point and this point will be same, similarly same. So this point is touched to wall, means this point should, when it is left to the ground at the bottom, this plumb bob end, this end should touch to the surface of the wall. It should not just touch to the surface of the wall, should be touched, or an airline gap should be made between this corner and the wall. So such that we can confirm that the wall, whatever the materials are there, it is exactly made vertical. That's about the materials which is being used for chainage.